Hey, everybody. It is Friday, the 17th of June. It's another What the Frick Live. I'm your host, Emily, and we have another host, Marianne. Hey, Marianne, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Marianne is not at her regular homestead, I guess. Where are you tonight?
In Kelly, North Carolina. In a camper. In the middle of a storm.
Oh, it is getting ready to thunderstorm down there?
Yeah, eating crawfish and crab legs.
Yes, and she's never had a crawfish, which I call crawdads. And you're going to eat one tonight on camera. I cannot believe this. I'm going to be dry heaving. I cannot do this. Linda Judd, hello. Linda, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Laura's on here. Hello, Emily and Marianne. That's not showing up all the way. And then Anita Joe. Hey, ladies. What is that noise? Is that the crawdad?
No, it's dead. Girl, I'm not going to eat it alive. Hey, Anita.
It sounded like it was breathing.
No, it's not alive. It is dead.
Hold on. I call crawdad.
Although I will tell you, a frog jumped into the frying pan while my brother was cooking, and it got crisp.
You eat frog legs too?
No, it accidentally jumped in there.
My mom is terrified of frogs because of frog legs. Because my grandmother would cook them when she was young, and they would jump and jerk in the pan, and they would flop out and fly out onto the ground. And I think my mom's terrified of frogs.
She cooked them alive?
No, the frogs, I guess just the joints of it or something just made them bounce out of the pan.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, that my mom's terrified of frogs. I'm terrified of crickets. And then I don't eat anything that has eyeballs that can look at me. But you're going to do that tonight. And Linda wants to know if your brother was cooking outside. He was?
Yeah.
That's hot down there. Woo. Well, we got to name him before you eat him. But this is going to be an unexplained case, okay? Because we're going to go on the show. I'm going to introduce our guest tonight because he's one of my friends. He always makes me laugh. He's always upbeat. He's super fun. He is the founder, you name it. Rick Garner is like a jack of all trades. I love him very much, and I'm so glad he's going to be a guest on the show tonight. I'm going to introduce him right now. Bring him on, Mr. Rick Garner with Unexplained Cases.
What's up? What is shaking, everybody? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Hey, this is what's shaking.
There is nothing unexplained about what's going on over there.
It's shake and bake.
Hey, we're going to have some Talladega Nights here. Come on, shake and bake. Yeah. Billy Bobby. Sweet baby Jesus. Come on.
Emily, got you tickled?
Yes, I did, because I think of the
Emily's
commercial.
done.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
Emily's done. That's it. The moment we hello, Linda. The moment we go to Will Ferrell, and we're done. So
Yeah. He inspired me. I wanted to be a news anchor.
This could be an interesting story. I think I want to hear this.
Anchorman, I loved it, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my number one comedy movie I would watch, and everybody said I had the hair. I looked like an anchor, like a news anchor, and everything. And so, I was getting my associate's degree in accounting, and I was switching over to the anchor, whatever they called it back then. I can't remember, and. So they're just like, you have to take the classes at Athens, Ohio, which is just 45 minutes from me. So I was like, okay, so I'll go up there. And this is where Matt Lauer graduated school. So I was all excited. I was like, I was sitting there thinking, maybe I'm in the elevator that Matt was in. So anyway, I get up there and I'm talking to him. And then they said I had too much of a country accent that I would have to have training to change my voice some.
Ah, yes, the general American dialect. Yes, that's what they like to call it.
So I said, Linda says, it's Rick, hey. So anyway, so I said to him right there, sitting there, because the people at my church would make me say this all the time. I said, all the time, the light is bright tonight. And the lady, I was joking, but the lady was super serious. She's like, yeah, you got to work on that.
See, that's one of the things I had to get trained on was, so I used to be in radio before getting into TV. And so that's why a lot of folks will say today, even like, you're from Mississippi, where's your accent? And I'm like, well, I have to be a little relaxed. And then it's going to come out a little bit. But, but I got to be kind of laid back. Otherwise, it's this constant, like, general American dialect, like they like to call it. So
that's boring.
But see, I know. So see, I think you've got all kind of flavor in your voice. I mean, who'd want to like mash that down, please?
Exactly.
See,
Marianne's got some flavor too.
I have a lot of flavor, especially on this plate sitting next to me.
See.
Yeah, somebody said Carl the crawfish.
But that's my granddad's name. I don't know if I want to call him that.
See, and wouldn't it make it harder to eat him if he has a name?
Yes.
See, I don't know.
So, hold on, I got PTSD from Carl. I'll go back to The Walking Dead. Man,
no!
When Carl died,
See,
I cried so bad. I can't do Carl. How about like Chucky or Chuck or something? I don't know. Or Butch. I don't know.
Bubba.
What?
Bubba
Gump.
See?
It's a Bubba Gump crawfish.
Oh no!
See? Baked shrimp, boiled shrimp, fried shrimp, all that. See? Yes.
All that.
See, Anita, you've got a lot of Southern going on right here. We've got Kentucky, North Carolina, and Mississippi now in Maryland. So,
But you married a Kentucky girl, Rick.
See, well, by marriage, that's how. She's actually from Dayton, Ohio, is where she's born.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, that's still good company, Ohio, West Virginia.
Well, for
Appalachia.
Sure.
You don't mess with us Appalachia folk.
No.
Over here.
No.
Like nobody comes over here. Anyway, if you're watching this show tonight, please leave comments, ask questions.
It's not a cooking show.
I think you could cook though, Rick. You
Okay.
look like a good cook.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we can do a few little dishes there, basically, but at least I can boil water, so we can start with that. So,
Marianne, what do you cook? What's your favorite?
I cook all kinds of stuff. I love to cook. I cook for my husband every day. So, you name it, I can probably cook it.
nice.
Oh, I can name it.
Can you?
No liver.
Exotic Foods by Marianne. We're gonna have another show come out soon.
Escargot.
Actually, true story. My husband killed.
Oh, here we go. She has some good stuff and she freezes.
And I liked it was my husband killed. Okay.
My husband killed.
He killed a groundhog, and my mother wanted to eat it, so we're all gonna eat it tomorrow. I've never eaten one.
Groundhog?
I didn't know that you could. So I mean,
I didn't either.
What were those big, huge bugs?
You find out new things every day.
What was those huge bugs that just came out like last year or something? It started with a C or something.
cicadas.
Cicada?
Yeah, they were frying them up.
Oh yeah, dogs loved them too. So I mean,
You can fry anything up.
Well, exactly. I mean, come on, put a little batter on it, boom.
Dip that in an egg and flour and fry it. So I want to say, please share the show out. This helps our guests. It helps our show. It helps our network. We're on RU Media Network tonight. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We truly, truly appreciate you. What the Frick Live is officially back. This is our second episode.
Hey.
Yes. And,
I came in on sloppy seconds. Sweet. Woo!
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
No, you're not a sloppy second. But Darren could be.
Yeah, oh, he definitely is. All the time. Perpetual.
So I thank you, Rick, for being a guest, and we have links and everything in our description. We're going to be sharing some stuff because Unexplained Cases has changed a lot in the last year and a half, which I think a lot of us have changed a lot.
Yes.
So we're going to be getting into that, and I have some clips and everything I want to show everybody.
You'll be able to roll that beautiful bean footage?
Yes. Definitely bean footage. You know what I'm going to show.
Perfect.
So, anyway, if you have any questions for Rick or us or whatever during this whole thing, please just ask. We love all you, especially regular viewers. So we're coming back, regular viewers, every Friday night at 9 p.m. So, Rick, Unexplained Cases, for those that are watching that doesn't know, because Marianne, I don't think that you probably are that familiar with Unexplained Cases. First and foremost, there's been a lot of changes, but I'm going to tell you, it was the best show that I was a guest on ever. Like, it impacted me, but Rick, you and I talked way beforehand. I know you missed my messages.
See, absolutely. I'm glad to get some of them back too. So it was just like we just picked up where we left off. It's fabulous.
We did. So, Rick, tell everybody that is not familiar with Unexplained Cases exactly what it's about.
Well, let me step a little further back then to go back to 2000. And that was, just a minute or two ago. And that's when Darren Dito and I met at a CBS affiliate in Jackson, Mississippi. And we were working there. I was in production. He was in news. And we, as most of these little news stations do all across the country, once it gets to be Halloween time, it's time for a spooky story. It's time to go someplace. It's time to check out something. It's just kind of like a rite of passage for a lot of reporters. So, of course, he did some of these different packages and visiting some local haunts. And we ended up kind of talking afterwards of like, would it be interesting to expand on this idea? Instead of doing this once a year, what if we actually did this like every month? But it's not just about ghosts. It could be UFOs, cryptids, any conspiracies, anything that's unexplained. And of course, that's what we ended up branding it. It was called The Unexplained Report, but really we just referred to it as Unexplained. And we did that once a month for an unheard of 5 minutes in a local newscast. That's like an entire block. Usually they're about like 90 seconds. So we had 5 minutes to do these stories once a month, and did that until Darren moved on, and then I carried it for a couple of years after that with a few other folks, and then it got shelved. So fast forward here, this whole time we're talking about, wow, it'd be nice to get the gang back together. Man, it'd be nice if we still were doing that. And in 2018, we really started talking about that, to just like, hey, let's put it online. Let's make it a YouTube series. And so we started going out and shooting and going to different locations. And in February of 2019 is when we actually launched that YouTube channel, and we started rolling out these episodics. And so about 30-minute episodes, basically, of these different investigations that Darren and I conducted, or we documented for other folks. And then, Emily, what you're mentioning is, of course, all of a sudden, in 2020, here comes COVID, and it's like, well, it's kind of hard to get out and go to these locations, find these stories. So we decided to do live shows. And so we had Unexplained Cases Live and Unexplained Cases Medium, working with a friend, Marianne, out of Los Angeles. And so we did that for about a year, and that was a blast doing both of those. But then, as with a lot of things, it came time to close that chapter, and we're back to focusing on episodics and kind of getting back into that groove and rolling out new episodes.
I got your YouTube up. I have your down here on the bottom, youtube.com/unexplained cases.
Yes, indeed.
But regardless, you guys are awesome.
Thank you. It's a joy. I mean, basically, one thing that was that, like in 2000 when we started this, there was no social media, there was no YouTube, there was network, and there was local as far as broadcast. And so then, some folks have referred to us as like, oh, you're like the original, you're the OG basically of ghost hunters or something like that. And I'm like, well, okay, if you want to say that, but back then everything was so minimal. Folks were just kind of doing their own thing. Now today you have this vast array of content, this enormous ocean of content, and for us, we like to focus on the fact that we're not out for like clicks or views or sensationalism. Our mission statement is to preserve history by documenting the strange, the paranormal, and the unexplained. That's what our first thing is to do. We're trying to capture history. We're trying to capture moments, preserve that. And if we capture evidence, great.
There I am with Black Dahlia. I think Unexplained Cases, Rick. I think you, Rick, Darren, myself, Marianne, we should go.
See?
We should go.
Mm-hmm.
Would love it.
Fabulous. Yes. See?
Major connection there. I did a lot of study after it, and I connected a lot, and I'm like, it's so much that I had to stop. It was a lot for me. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that was a pretty powerful episode there, to say the least. And one of the most powerful moments was certainly involving yourself. One of the clips from that was just like, just to have gotten deep into that case, something that's infamous, the Black Dahlia. And of course that was one of the joys of doing those live shows, doing a different style of investigation that wasn't necessarily by our DNA design, if you will, but it was nice to explore that. That's why it was good to explore that for a year, to try that out, and then we just kind of wanted to get back to what we originally set out to do.
Right. Marianne, you got any follow-up question or anything for Rick?
I mean, I could think of so many about. I guess we're going to keep asking questions on this, but I just want to know all the experiences that you've had. I mean, I'm just
there's I guess the
just ready to hear
the classic questions, like people say, oh, what's your scariest moment? And for example, And of course, I mean, I don't think anybody does this without some degree of wanting there to be some type of thrill or whatever. That's kind of like you're looking for the jump scare or whatever. I mean, to me, it's like, I guess the closest thing that I could think actually involves two separate times, believe it or not, at a location in Meridian, Mississippi called Mary Hope Mansion. So we're going actually back to 2000, nothing for Unexplained Cases. This would be, version 1.0 or whatever. Hello, Penny.
Penny.
So at that time, photographer Rob Ruffin often came along on our shoots. And so he was usually Darren's photographer. A lot of time a reporter's paired with different photographers, but a lot of times it's the same one. So Rob kind of got in on all this stuff because he just loved it. Thank you, Linda. And we had a EMF detector, basically. I mean, literally, it wasn't like a K2 today or anything, but they're all the same in essence. The fact that you have something that measures EMF and it makes noise. We had one, and we were doing a baseline, and I opened this closet, and it was dark, and I went into it, was doing this, and it immediately just exploded with this loud noise. And I remember, and I don't know if we were just hyped up on caffeine or what, but two grown men running like school kids out of that, like Scooby-Doo.
I know what it was.
You know what
I know
it was?
what it was.
Oh, what was it?
I'm going to pop this up here. That's what it was.
Well, you should go full screen and share that then, if there's, especially if there's audio.
I don't know. It is audio. I have to take us all down and then but that's what that was.
Yes. If anybody really wants to enjoy that on the YouTube channel, look for Disemboweled in Philadelphia. There, basically, that's basically that moment. It's fantastic. But
Darren, I'll play it here in a second after your story here with the closet.
but So we were just laughing hysterically at the fact that two grown men had just basically gotten like surprised and startled over this thing. And then later that night, we had, now talk about how times are different. Like today, to get into any mansion, you'd have to pay some type of premium to be able to stay overnight. And we were just given the keys, which is also the beauty of the South too. We were just given the keys because local TV station, completely trustworthy, not like a couple of ghost hunters or whatever, would be like, hey, you guys can have it. We don't stay here after dark. That was basically the little old ladies who took care of the mansion. We don't stay. 5 o'clock, we gone. But here's the keys. You just be sure and lock up when you're done. So we stayed there. And I remember in the middle of the night, and this was one where there were a lot of alleged things that happened, poltergeistic almost in nature, footsteps, etc. I remember just kind of like, now we fell asleep too.
Hold on, Rick, real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but
go ahead.
What's the name? I'm going to see if I can pull up pictures of this place. What's the name of the place again?
Marihope, MERREHOPE Mansion.
Okay.
And I don't know of any other place named it. So it'll probably come. Yep, you got it.
Okay. Oh, this is nice.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we all took a quick nap, and I remember waking up, and I was like, "What in the world was that noise?" And of course, we had cameras rolling on us in different, all throughout the house, and so. And that's part of the episode was like hearing this just this like sounding like slapping on the walls, and then Rob I think says, "What was that?" And Darren says, "That's what woke me up." There she is, beautiful mansion. And the fact that was going on not only while we were asleep, but then we left cameras rolling while we left the mansion, and we just basically ran down to the gas station to grab some snacks, and came back. I mean, it's like 15-20 minutes. Reviewed the tape, all the footage later, and you hear doors slamming. Legitimate. There's absolutely no other explanation for what the sounds are. There's knocks on tables, footsteps. I mean, just the whole gambit, basically. I'm like, oh, you're showing off while we left. I gotcha.
Was this on your YouTube?
So this episode is actually at unexplainedcases.com because it's one of our original stories. So you won't find it on the YouTube channel because I haven't modernized all that footage from then. But there is a video that's 2000 quality that's of that specific episode. If you do a little search, one can find it on our main website.
Hold on, I think I have it.
Oh, well, all right then.
Can I pop it up here real quick?
Well, go right ahead. See, you're all
there we go.
You're all fancy with
that's what you get for a fast typer. I was a court reporter, so
see, boom, 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 transcribing all that information.
Yep. Is this it? Is that the video?
No.
Oh, hold on. I have to pull it up.
It's okay.
Hold on.
Stand by.
Stand by. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Indeed.
Will that go bigger?
Well, you could. The quality's going to get a
strange
little
glowing.
Oh, can y'all hear it?
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay if I play a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
A woman is reported to walk by its windows, doors slam shut, and phantom footsteps are heard in the night. We're talking about the Mary Hope Mansion in Meridian. News Channel 12's Darren Dito, along with his ghost hunting group, braved a night in this haunted old antebellum home. This is a story you'll see only on News Channel 12.
The fear is real.
Something's on the roof. I hear it.
Time out. Darren has dark hair.
Yes. Isn't that crazy? See, that shows you how long ago this was, because he's basically the silver fox now, and it was jet black back then. He also looks, like he's 12, and then you can hear me talking on the camera too. So.
Oh wow, you all have known each other. That's really good, Rick. I did not know that you all have known each other this long.
Oh yes,
That's
we
awesome.
go way back.
Okay, let's play a little bit. Let's play a little bit more here.
It's like something's walking on the roof.
You only hear him walking, heavy steps up at the second story.
Her last name's Strange.
Believe it or not, yes. How perfect is that?
Oh, wow.
Strange.
You know what, though? I have a thing with me, Rick.
Yes.
I don't ever trust anybody that their first name and their last name has the same initial. Like.
See, you wait a minute. You could add that to your post. Let me guess.
I will not date you. If your first name initial matches your last name initial.
There's a long list. I hope people are taking notes because
Yeah, there is long. I just did that as a joke, and everybody keeps messaging me. I've got messages like, "When's your next PSA?"
See,
I have. So, it is, but Shelba Strange.
Yes.
That's so strange.
So
here we go.
The steps up at the second story and the slamming of doors.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
A night at Mary Hope is full of ghostly surprises. This beautiful antebellum home in Meridian has 2 ghosts. The female spirit is Eugenia Gary. She died before her family moved into the mansion. Her spirit appeared after her portrait was hung on this wall in the early 70s.
From the light of the candle, that it was a female.
She kind of looks like her.
See, actually,
am I drinking too much wine? She kind of looks like her.
There's a resemblance. There is a resemblance.
Okay.
Too, see? Yeah.
She's a clone. That's it. I know
it. We have solved this case right now, right here.
I might have. Here we go. Play some more. She looks like her. Am I wrong?
There is a resemblance. Yes.
Okay.
I would agree.
Marianne, you think there's a? Oh, Marianne's on her phone. She can't see it.
Yeah,
I'm
not able to see it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Here we go.
Now, a figure looking out the window.
We set up surveillance in her room. We can't find her, but possibly hear her as we record some strange noises.
That's really bizarre.
Her phantom partner is named Marcus. He committed suicide in this room during the 20s. Marcus was very vocal during our night at Mary Hope. We recorded these sounds in 3 different rooms. Shelba Strange lived in the house for a year and heard Marcus nightly.
Bedroom was underneath here, and this is where I would hear his footsteps.
Time out.
This is kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000. You know, this is great, basically.
Do you think she could be a news anchor?
Listen, that right there is thick. I mean, that's like syrup molasses thick.
It's slow too.
Yes. See, you have no accent comparison, basically.
I don't. I love her accent though.
Yeah. Oh yes. See.
I got questions after this. I hopefully Marianne can't hear this, but I have some questions. This video is not very long, but here we go.
Doors shut, slammed, and you would come up here and the doors wouldn't be shut.
Ghost author Sylvia Hubbard has written about Mary Hope. On this night, she is confronted on the stairs.
It was just a very strange feeling. It was like someone passed us, and you could just feel the wind moving when he passed. It was weird. Yeah, it was weird.
Late in the evening, we all crash downstairs for a short nap. Our sleep is disrupted. We go upstairs to investigate and discover an eerie sound.
Yes, that right there is legitimate. What the frick? It's right there. So, and for us too, it was crazy because this was like, if you see that picture, it's a flat roof. And it's easily like, I forget now if it's 2 stories. I think it's just 2 stories, but I mean, maybe 3 with an attic. There's no way anything could be up there. So at that point, we're like, okay, what is going on? And we try to figure out, okay, that can't be Rob. There's no way Rob would be up there because it was, gravel on top of it. So you just kept hearing this and I'm like, okay. But that's why I was so glad I was rolling, because it's like legitimate fear. Yes.
They caught me rolling. Sorry.
Yeah.
Instead of riding.
Awesome.
Caught me rolling dirty. I know we did that before the show. I was like,
Marianne's like, what?
I'd be a beatboxer. Like, Darren, look at that. He looks like a beatboxer right now.
See, I mean, we could just, this could be a whole thing. We could have a trifecta right here. See?
We got Rick, you gotta come back on with.
One person does that and someone else gets the groove. I mean, we'll just go from there.
Let me drink a little bit more wine. I can play the bagpipes.
Oh my gosh.
What? Wait a minute. Do you have bagpipes?
I got bagpipes.
In your house?
You have bagpipes?
The human bagpipes.
Oh.
Hey, well, in that case, I've got a trumpet.
I can do the trumpet too. I'm more like but
wait a minute, that's something else. That goes back to the other clip. So. Marianne, I'm sorry. I just want
Marianne,
to apologize.
real quick, I want to finish this video. Look at it there. But I want to check on your crawdad or your crayfish.
Yeah. What's the status? What's
What's
on
he looking
Bubba?
like?
What's going on with Bubba? Have you not?
Bubba.
Okay. Have you not even twisted the tail off, sucked the head, anything? Nothing. Oh. I mean, that's how you eat them. So I mean,
do they have to hold on? It's better if they're really hot, right?
Well,
Steaming.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like it's nice if they got, I mean, if he's cold from yesterday, that'd be a problem. So
he's starting to look like my ex.
Wow.
He smells like him too, doesn't he?
Wow.
Oh my. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back to Darren in the haunted house. The Mary Hope. Okay, Mary Hope needs this right now. We're going. Here we go. We're gonna finish this out.
That can't be wrong. There's no way. No, there's something on the roof.
Heavy footsteps pound above us. We race outside for clues.
pretty weird. Started talking to the portrait, and then all of a sudden the banging started down the ceiling. Come out here and check it out.
How would you even get up there? We can't find the culprit. Our experience remains unexplained. After a night at Mary Hope, we determined this home is not only beautiful, but very haunted. Darren Dito, News Channel 12.
The Mary Hope is open to the public for tours. For more information, you can call 601-483-93.
Hopefully that's the same number. But
Well, hey, it's all good. It's archive footage at this point.
yeah.
So, but yes.
I've never heard of that location. Have you all been back since then?
No, see, that's one of the things I would really love to do. I mean, there's kind of two parts. Like, first off, I have all this footage. I'd love to be able to digitize it to make it a modern encode, like what you're watching right there. Sure, okay, you can see it, but the quality obviously is not there. It was made for 56K modems and stuff back in 2000, so definitely not today's high speed. But then also to be able to go back and to be like to say, we had this experience, but now let's go back. Here it is, 20 something years later. And can we have the same experiences or different ones or no experiences whatsoever?
Well, we have a question from Anita Joe.
Yes, Anita.
Anita says, I grew up like 3 miles from Devil's Tramping Ground in Chatham County, North Carolina. Have you
And that's
ever...
near where we are.
Is it? Did I say Chatham, right? Is that Chatham? Have you ever done any investigation into that place?
Well, so not myself. We haven't actually done any investigations in North Carolina, although that sounds very interesting. But I'm curious what Marianne knows about that then, especially since it's nearby.
It's from our other farm where we live part-time. We're like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes from there. So I know that what I've heard. Now I've planned on going there. I just haven't. Emily, maybe we can go. But
I'm pulling it up here too.
A lot of people go there and they spend the night and they'll say that they'll put something in this. It's like a circle. They'll put something in the circle, and then when they wake up the next morning, it's always gone. It's a consistent thing.
Is that the circle? My car? And the car's gone. Dude, where's my car? Dude, where's my car?
Now, see how many people know that reference. That's nice. That's a good flashback there.
Like, oh, there's the car. I see it when I zoom in. It's a Pinto. I know what it is. It's a Ford because they just disappear all the time.
Exactly.
You gotta be a Chevy.
Found on the road dead. I mean, sorry for that.
Fix or repair daily.
Look at this though. This is like the Omen energy right here.
I'm like, what do we? Oh yeah, wow. Okay, that's kind of creepy.
Spooky,
right? So this is fascinating. But see, that's a thing where
dude,
that's the kind of stuff that I always love to test out, because it's like, okay, here's the urban legend, or here's people who've experienced something. It's like, all right, so let's put that to the test. And does it happen? And then, frankly, of course, can you collect any evidence to explain what's going on? Or is it just a nice, fun urban legend that people just kind of toss out there? Because there's plenty of those.
I would totally camp out there one night just to see what happened.
I'm more of like a glamper. Like,
well, so you could stay you could be concealed away in the nice luxury camper there, and everyone else will be.
I prefer a cabin, Rick. That's
well,
a tiny home.
I don't know if they have cabins out there. Do they have cabins, Marianne?
No, I mean, it's just a empty area.
If it's Marianne, I trust Marianne. She can teach me the ways of the land, and
she would take care of you. She wouldn't put you in a circle and let you disappear.
Marianne, maybe this
well, just keep in mind, we have a house not far from that circle, so if you get scared, you just go home.
Well,
see, boom.
Or just use the bathroom. That's what I worry about. Is the bathroom. Like, hold on, paranormal people. This is one of the first questions I've asked. I've done this for 20 some years. When I go to an investigation, I ask them if they have water.
Yeah.
Like a working bathroom. And if they don't, I sit and think, how many gallons of water should I bring? Like, I got to use the bathroom.
See?
Say hi to my brother.
Hey, brother.
What's up?
What's up?
She's gonna eat a crawdad.
Get your little regal
Shut your tail up.
She's gonna eat a crawdad. It's crawfish in there, right? Crawdad, crawfish. How'd you find me? She was hiding from her family.
See? Look at you. Just thought that they couldn't find you.
They're watching me live.
Tell them to share the show out.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch it, you better share it. So.
Better share it. That's your brother's car there in it. I know it.
This is my brother and his wife's camper.
Oh, so we're gonna take that and park it there next to his car.
Well, actually, I think she's got time. She could go tonight after we get off live here. You can just go down there and just go live.
5 hours for me.
So, well, she could scope it out for you first. You know.
Well, I'm not at that place now. I'm 2 hours away from the tramping ground tonight.
Oh, I got you.
We're at our other place down east.
Forget
Eastern North
about it.
Carolina.
Forget about it then.
I'm gonna pull up Darren with silver hair.
Yes, see?
Because we're talking about bathrooms and stuff. And this is
silver
the
fox.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
The silver fox. This is the reason why I always ask if they have water. If they don't, then I ask if they have a bathroom. And I literally asked Brent, Appalachian Unknown. I investigate with him. He will be the first person to tell you. I'm always obsessed with the bathroom. So here's Darren's experience at
the Mummers. The Mummers Museum in Philadelphia.
I have a video of that too here from TikTok that I pulled up. I've never heard of Mummers.
See?
So,
look,
yeah,
you're learning all sorts of new things.
I know. So here's Darren.
Owls have given out. I'm being disemboweled. Disemboweled at the Mummers. How'd it go? Well, it was great. Until I shat myself to death. Miriam, I think I've turded myself to death. Help me. Do you want to go into a different room with the room? Or do you want to go to the one with all the?
Oh, sure. Now he wants to get serious and ask about rooms. So okay.
Oh,
would you like some light?
How quickly we switch there, basically. You know, there's always great moments like that. So.
It is, and hold on, I saw a lot of your all's moments behind the scenes.
You know, I threw a few of them out there. I've got one from Gettysburg.
A lot of them is with bathroom.
Well, you are talking about two 12-year-old, men with 12-year-old boys' personalities. So, I mean, what do you expect? So,
you know, every single time I see Menards.
See, this is every week for you, isn't it, Marianne? So this is great. So this is why Emily's good fun. Emily's great fun.
I love Emily. I love Emily. I think
Marianne. We met. There's a reason we met.
Oh gosh, absolutely. I'm so glad we did.
Hold on.
What I'm about to say, how did this happen? I think, I don't know if anyone wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So.
Well, I will tell you here in a second, but I just want to tell you.
Roll the commercial. And we're back.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I'm in I'm in Eastern Kentucky. We have Lowe's. Okay, so finally we have a Menards that comes in. I got a bucket. I got a big Menards bucket. I had to buy the bucket. But anyway. My mom said, your father and I went to Menards today. I said, well, how big was Menards?
That's what I was thinking. Menards.
Every single time I see Menards, I think of Monster Squad kick Wolfman in the nards.
It's not a party until someone snorts. So
Monster Squad. Feel hurt. Monster Squad.
Have you ever done that, Emily?
Kick somebody in the nards?
Yeah.
One time with a softball aluminum ball bat. We called him Smitty. I ran into my mom's house, our house. I was like 10 or 12. And I said, I killed Smitty.
I bet he cried.
Well, he hit my brother. We were playing. I lived in a dead end road. We played tennis baseball. So he hits the tennis baseball. He hits it far, so he gets a home run. My brother is younger than me. He's running trying to get the ball. Well, Smitty, I don't know what got into him, but he was like, he's not being fast enough. I already touched home plate. Well, he's running, and it's in this yard. Smitty, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm telling this story. Smitty is running after my brother, and he picks up a big, huge stick, like huge, massive, like it was a log. Like, in my opinion, it was a log, and he picks it up. And he hits my brother over the back and the log breaks. All right. Now, I had an aluminum softball bat. Just so happened to be on the side.
And what's any supportive sister going to do? So, I mean, you know.
I ran up to him. I said, "You do not hit my brother." And I took that aluminum ball bat and went boom. And Smitty hit the ground.
And Smitty sung a couple octaves higher.
He was crying, and I remember, my mom can tell you, she remembers me coming right through the kitchen doors, and I killed Smitty.
Hey, if somebody messed with my brother, I'd beat him too. No, I can't blame you.
We were like 16 months apart. We were super close.
See, whether you had an aluminum bat or not, right, Marianne?
Yeah, I could find something. You better believe it. I will find something.
Hairspray and a lighter.
You mess with my brother, I will kill you.
See? Nah.
Figuratively.
Yes.
Linda says, so tell the story. What were we talking about this? What were we talking about?
Well, I'm assuming she was asking for you to tell your story, but you know.
Movies. No, hold on, Menards.
Oh.
Menards. So, Monster Squad is like I got like 8, I think, editions of Monster Squad. I even have the shirt, Stephen King rules, like Monster Squad. So when someone says anything about Nards, I think of Wolf, kick him in the nards, Wolfman doesn't have nards. He kicks him. He's like, Wolfman has nards. So when my mom says we went to Menards.
2 snorts. It's a 2 snort show, people. If we go for 3, then it's out of the park, baby.
Well, now my mom knows the background of this, so she was like, now she says, your father and I got a discount at Menards. But I'll tell you this, I went to Menards and I wasn't impressed. Really. I thought I would.
You were not impressed with Menards.
No, it wasn't. It was a lot bigger than like Lowe's and Home Depot. But the prices, like Menards.
I'm never going to look at this the same again.
You should.
No, everybody's watching right now. Go to Menards, take a picture, tag me in it. Please, tag me. I need to know about your Menards experience. They need to do a commercial. They need to put
this could go
Horace.
So many different ways.
He's like, what was it? It's like in Monster Squad, my name is Horace.
Horace.
They need to get that involved in Menards. So
there's the decree. It's officially decreed.
It is. Marianne, how's your crawdad? Crawfish, whatever.
You're supposed to eat that before the show's over with, and we only have 8 minutes left.
We can go a little bit over.
Oh,
if
okay.
We have
We'll
to
see.
on this. It's okay. We're good on RU Media.
See, so at least we can separate the tail.
Yeah, should we should we break that?
We do a little twist there. Yeah.
Breaking my heart.
We get juice all over us probably. If we're
Does
not
it
ready.
squirt juice?
Well, I mean, it's cooked in all boiling seasonings and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, but I think he's cold.
It's got organs.
No.
Oh, I feel so bad.
See? Wait a minute. Where's the meat? There's supposed to be some meat in that tail. So I mean,
it came out on the other end. Menards.
But there's intestines and stuff.
do not look for his Menards. So it's fine.
Okay, I'll do this for the team.
Hold on, no.
Of course, the question is I don't know what she just ate.
I
and
don't
if it's
know what
something
she
she was
just
supposed to
ate
eat or not.
I don't know what I just ate either.
Hold on, time out. I want to know about the eyeballs, though. Are you supposed to eat the eyeballs?
Well,
no! I'm not eating no eyeballs.
See?
No!
She's not
no
going
balls,
to.
No Menards.
She's clearly not going to suck the head because that would be, that's the appropriate thing to do.
Oh, shoot! Oh no!
I bet your brother would, Marianne.
See, he'd be like,
"This is
"Give it
going
here."
down the toilet quickly. I don't want to suck the head.
Oh, well, see, you don't have to. But the
cannot
tail meat's
ever-
where the good stuff is. So.
Can never eat anything that has eyeballs that looks at me.
So, do you eat? Who on here eats crawfish? Anybody?
I do, but it's been so long since I've been to a crawfish bowl. I want to know if anybody in the chat's had the pleasure.
Yeah, anybody? Not me. Not me.
What do you? Oh,
not me.
I was about to say, are you okay there, Marianne?
I
There was flailing hair, flailing earrings.
What's it taste like?
I saw more than I wanted to see. Like,
what's it taste like?
Fish, but it's got something like.
Well, yes, and you wouldn't want to go. You don't want to go into all
meat.
that.
That's dark meat. That's like KFC.
You focus on the tail meat and
That
like
is the tail.
See,
oh.
What we should actually do is like segment out this part right here alone, and this is like how to not eat a crawdad. So this would be.
Hold on, time out. Crawdad, crawfish. I'm confused.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Is it the same? Okay.
Yeah, mud bug. Okay. Yeah, it's
mud bug.
Mm-hmm.
I like these better. Crabs are easier.
I like crab. I like crab cake. Yeah. I like crab dip. I got like crab legs.
It's just you're crabby. It's straightforward. It's fine.
I got crabs.
You heard it here, folks.
My whole family has them tonight. We all have them together in the camper.
It sounds like Kentucky.
Everybody's sharing. Sharing is caring. I am so waiting for them to bust in on you and just be like, "That's it, we're done. You're out. You're."
You're probably not watching me now.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah,
that's funny, and I don't know how. I want to talk about.
Yes, what do you want to talk about, Emily?
Where Dito shat his pants.
Well, thankfully there was none.
Did
of that.
he really?
No, there was not.
Some people can't have done that before.
This is Mummer's Museum, which is I shouldn't trust it because it's M&M.
See.
Philadelphia. I've never heard of Mummers.
I see. That's what's great. And I'm. This is an episode that has not come out yet. The full story of this was sadly we did all the filming on this in January of 2020. But because everything has it's been sitting there. I've been baking it, and now it's either going to be one huge episode. I'm going to break it up into 3 pieces. I don't know yet, but it's getting close. And the Mummers is one that was just a fascinating visit. That's all I'm going to say.
So let me play this little TikTok video here.
TikTokers.
I love TikTok. I'm shadow banned everywhere though. So
you know
what? I had 800,000 followers.
See?
And I got doxxed and hacked.
It's because you talked about Menards too many times and then decided to shadow ban you. So
Menards, mummers. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me play this.
Roll that beautiful.
Hold on, time out. We're talking about first name, last name, Darren Dito. D&D. I trust Darren. Darren would be a really good, fun person on a New Year's Eve drunk night.
Indeed.
He would be great. He would
Yes.
be. He's. No, hold on. Let's play this first.
Never alone.
It feels like look at this. You're never alone. Look at that.
When I close up in the evening and everything's all dark,
Let me see if this goes.
feel like
No,
someone's
that doesn't
there.
help.
But not in a bad way.
That doesn't help.
I've never experienced anything negative.
Not in a bad way.
They're mummers, so they're very friendly and very happy.
What's mummers mean? I feel like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles needs to be involved. Like,
The elevator sometimes lets you on and sometimes it don't. Sometimes it'll take you to a floor you want to go to and sometimes it don't.
that's why I never take an elevator.
There was a Joe Furka who was one
I'm
of the
scared of
original,
elevators.
String bands.
I got stuck in one.
Presidents, and we always
Ooh,
say Joe
no,
Furka.
thank you.
That's
Could be
me.
Joe. That
What's it? Hold on. What'd she say right there? Can I pause
It's
this?
Joe Furka.
She said
Did
Joe.
you hear by your
Hold on. What's
Joe Furco.
Oh, she said something else.
band go to and sometimes it don't. So most people always. There was a Joe Furka who was one of the original string bands. Presidents, and we always say Joe Furka. That's
Could be
me.
Joe.
Could be Joe. Could be anybody, but it could be Joe. So it's Joe Furco. Because if you're here by yourself and it opens and you expect someone to come out and nobody comes out, we always say, oh, it's Joe.
Would you say that this is a haunted location from all the things you've experienced in?
I think it is, but when you say haunted, I'm not going to say in a negative way because we've never had any negativity. It's always been very, very pleasant. Just like a
Zach
mama, happy
Bagans
and
hasn't been
pleasant.
there. There's been no Zach Bagans. There's been no demons.
No, nothing has been released in there, thanks to that. But it's a happy little haunting. So mummers are something strictly for Philadelphia. It is a New Year's Day thing where basically you have.
Are you serious? I said
Yes.
New Year's.
You did. Look
For
at how
Darren-
that ties together.
No clue.
And I hope that I give this a little bit of justice in describing it. But there's kind of like not tribes. That's definitely not the correct. But groups. I'm not sure there's official word for it. That they focus on specific like talents, almost kind of like this would be kind of creative, or there's different levels
Like this?
of it. Oh yeah, and so every one of those.
Oh, look at the outside of that.
Oh yeah, the outside of
That's
it.
nice. Yeah, mummers.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder he shit himself. I would too if I cannot believe I just cussed. I'm so sorry, everybody. Cannot believe I just did that.
See, shat. That's why we had it in the.
I sharted.
See,
dude, where's my car? Okay.
I know where to go, but yeah, but all of them they hand make those costumes. Like everything that you saw was handmade.
Wow.
Basically, so these different groups and they compete and see who wins, and it's just a big thing, and it's a Philadelphia thing.
Kind of like fraternity, like hoo-ha.
Oh, and that's like there's a word. It's not like a tribe or fraternity. There's a certain word for like these different levels of the mummers. But
look at this. This is Jack Frost.
see, oh yeah, see, you have all.
Is that Jack
all
Frost? It looks like it.
Could be. So someone beeping at you? Oh,
That's dude. Where's my car?
he's looking for his car. Come on.
So I've never heard of mummers.
We had
Anybody
not
else?
either. The only way that we even came in contact with that was working with Donna. She has a Philadelphia ghost hunt. And Donna took us to this location, and we got access to the third floor that the public doesn't go on, but it's more for storage, and that's where randomness has seemingly been reported to happen.
Each New Year's Day.
So each New Year's Day, they
See,
do
I have
that.
family from Philly, and they've never told me about mummers.
See?
And they're coming in next week. I'm going to talk to them about mummers.
See, I mean, if you
not
have
right.
if you have ties to Philly, then you should know it's a thing. It's a staple.
I'm going to go to mummers. Let's all
See?
go to mummers. We got
Seems
so
like-
many trips tonight.
You're going to be booking. You're going to be very booked. Your calendars better have some holes in it there to fill. So.
Marianne, you have anything to ask Rick? Because I have one more thing I want to talk to him, because you do have new people on Unexplained
Yes.
Cases. So I'm going to follow up, and you have the Mohahu man.
Oh yes, the Moha man.
Moha, I say Mohahu.
See, you added a couple. You made it get more style, more pizzazz.
Menards. Marianne.
Now I want to know who this Moha is.
Oh well, so that is the New Zealand Bigfoot.
Wow.
Moha man. That is the name for him. So of course you have Yeti, you have Swamp Ape,
You know what I got? You know what I got for Bigfoot? You know
What's
I got Gilgafoot. That's what I got for Sasquatch. And that's because, hold on, I'm going to give credit when credit's due. Mike Ricksicker, one of my dear friends.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with Gilgamesh because he's the missing link. And I believe our government stole him because they sent out a FOIA request under Hillary Clinton, but they waited till Hillary Clinton was long gone, and they responded in 2018, and it's closed out. She requested where was the body of Gilgamesh and the connection, and where was the possible location of the Nephilim. So I'm obsessed with Gilgamesh. He's the missing link. He might be Bigfoot. I don't know. But Mike gave it a good name, Gilgafoot. So
which actually, picturing in my mind's eye, Mike, and he has the reporter vibe. He has the whole anchor vibe when he's talking about something. And to hear him say, and tonight we're going to talk about Gilgafoot. It just that whole thing. That's just perfect in my head.
Mike, if I don't know if he has a regular show anymore. He's been so busy. Mike, you got to have me on and just put Gilgafoot. I'm sure that's going to get views. And like, what the heck is Gilgafoot?
It was a pleasure having him on Unexplained Cases Live.
Yes.
So that was great to get him on that because he's great. So he's a cesspool of knowledge.
He is.
And that is a true compliment. So
he is. So Mohahu Menards man. I'm gonna call him Menards. And this is in New Zealand.
Yes. So
and this is one of your new people.
Yes.
Explaining this.
Well, so basically, one thing that we try to look for, because Darren and I have a broadcast media background, we're trying to look for.
Okay, I just heard some movement to my left.
I don't have volume on. So go ahead and talk, Rick.
Oh, we're hearing that.
Oh, you're hearing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go. I paused it. There's Darren Dito right there, the brain man. I paused it. Sorry, I put it on mute, so I thought I was going to be able to be all fancy.
Oh, but that's okay.
I think Marianne froze. She got froed on Menards.
Oh. It has such a. Oh, and she's
gone.
gone.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
Should be back.
You should be back. So it's all right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had it on mute on my end.
Oh
so.
no problem. I didn't know if you wanted to try to roll that.
No. I thought I was being fancy. Go ahead.
So having that broadcast background, we were looking for folks who they're either current or former radio, TV, online podcasters, whatever like that. They've just got a journalistic background. Because that's kind of like, unlike maybe other groups that, you kind of get like-minded or you hope that you kind of jive or gel or whatever. The only way that we were trying to add folks officially on the team would be like, okay, you've been in this journalistic type of role, because I look at Unexplained Cases as a bit more of like a paranormal news network. And so the nice thing about Jim Burchell, Jim has a podcast. He definitely has a print journalistic background as well. And so Jim had this idea of like, hey, we've got the Mohawk man out here, and I think I could put together a quick package on that. And I'm like, sweet, because I don't do enough cryptid stories, so I would love to explore that. And this is the latest episode that we dropped that you were playing right here.
Okay, so
In Search of the Mohawk Man.
Let's play a little bit of it. I'm sorry, I thought I had it on mute, but
it's all right.
This is 8 minutes. I'm not playing the whole 8. We'll skip through a little bit here.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna let me play. It's not gonna let me play. Hold on. Here we go. Come on, Menards.
See,
it says volume up, and it's not gonna let me play.
And it's frozen. See, you froze Marianne, and you froze.
Hold on, I'm gonna get back up here. Hold on. I'm a fast typer. Remember, I was a court reporter.
Emily will not be defeated.
I will not. I will never give up.
See?
That's the truth on that. I will never. I dated too many people for way too long because I never gave up.
Mm-hmm. She's tenacious.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I blame my parents because I got to blame somebody, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My mom's like, you should have not have dated him that long. I was like, well, you told me to never give up. Like, hold on here. I think I can bring it back on. I'm gonna close it out and bring it back. Just like Menards.
That is, you're going to have to name this episode that. It's going to be in the description. People are going to be like, what? What happened?
I swear, when my mom says it's a lot funnier.
Well, it's always a different funny when mom says that.
And my dad.
See?
My dad. I got hold on.
And rolling commercials.
Oh, love his heart. Love his heart. I got the extra long hose at Menards. Okay. So I said, what do you mean extra long? Because it goes around the whole house, Omo.
Perfect.
He said, if you need to borrow it.
Hey, if you can't borrow
because I will bring the extra long hose from Menards. He didn't say Menards, but over.
If you can't borrow hose, I mean, what can you do? I mean,
It's Father's Day weekend, by the way. Happy Father's Day.
See, thank you. And happy Father's Day to all the other dads out there.
I told Marianne she needs to log back on, so hopefully she'll come back. But let's look at. Hold on, I did not say it. Mohawk.
Let's see. There you go.
Mohawk. Okay, yes. Mohawk.
Okay, I just heard some movement to my left.
New Zealand. Time out. Can I pause this? Yeah. How did you all meet him?
See, it's the beauty of the interwebs. So I just put out a question over Instagram. It was probably a story, not necessarily a post, just saying what we're looking for. And Jim reached out, and the rest, as they say, is history, which is not unlike how even like Miriam and I, not Marianne, but Miriam, and I met basically way back yonder was when I was, just looking for mediums and made a connection there.
It all comes together, right?
See, it all meshes when it's supposed to.
Okay, here we go. I like him. I watched this today.
And we're hopefully going to have some sightings or perhaps capture some audio of New Zealand's own Bigfoot, known as the Moihau Man.
It's like,
oh yes.
So that looks like a monkey, though.
That's a sketch of him.
So what sort of sounds have you picked up in this area before?
In the New Zealand bush, I've heard this strange whooping sound. Some of it seems to respond to me. Now, the real weird stuff is picking up voices that mimic what I say. I have taken other people out with me, and they like to mimic what us humans say. I've heard these very strange footfalls as well. Now, I normally wear a GoPro mic, a point of view camera, and they're okay with picking up sound, but they don't necessarily pick up stuff that's further away. I might hear it. So what I'm trying to do is use audio that will pick up things that are further away. And so I've heard like screams, being followed, having the feeling of being watched, stone clacks, strange structures as well. And as I've looked into all of this, I look into the history of Sasquatch around the world.
They're strange.
Various
We
names
saw
around
strange
the world.
earlier. It's strange. There's a connection.
There's a lot of things that happen here in New Zealand that represent what's going on in other places internationally. Now, there are many names for Sasquatch or Bigfoot around the world. Here in New Zealand, one of the names is Moihau Man, named after the Moihau Mountain over in Coromandel Peninsula. And there's the Maroro and Rapawai, and there's several other Maori names. Now, even the Maori talked about these strange wild men who they said could overpower their warriors, and that they feared that would eat them or take them.
Do you think that's a little bit like giants? That's Gilgamesh.
Well, let's face it. Most of the time, Bigfoot is always generically like 7, 8, 9 feet. It's the descriptions are never like I'm 6 feet. You never hear of something that's basically like an average height, 6 feet or whatever. It's always bigger and taller. In whether it's from a distance or some who have claimed to have a close contact.
So what's going to happen with? Are you going to make more episodes of this? What's?
Yeah. So this being like Jim's first here, basically, we have a bit of a formula, as I like to say. It's like I think a lot of times a lot of content producers, they churn out stuff, almost weekly, basically, because it's kind of more about, I think, quantity than quality. And I am by no means disparaging anyone's work with that. I just think they have a drive to get stuff out. And so you can have like lots of cuts and just quick edits. Whereas my style is a bit more it's more along the lines of a broadcast. So, there's a lot of dissolves, there's overlays, there's a lot of extra work, extra production that goes into them. So I gave Jim some pointers of some stuff that I'm looking for from him. Also, Tim Sapala, he's joining us out of Detroit. So he's working on a story right now that is going to be another little local legend, another urban legend there that I don't think anyone has potentially heard about. So that's coming soon as well.
Marianne said, hold on, there's a bad storm. She's trying to reconnect. And I said, okay, because people want to see you eat.
That's what everybody is. Nobody actually cares about what I have to say or you have to say. They all want to see her finish that crawdad. So
don't you eat that? I thought you eat the whole thing with the crawdad.
No. There's generally, so like the only thing I ever did is if you twist off the tail and you get the meat out of the tail, just like a lobster.
It's just like a crab.
It was the
just
same
crack
thing.
That open.
But a lot of people take the body suck that, turn it around, because it's got all that juice and all that seasoning that it's cooked in. That's all in there. So
Lord have mercy, I don't know if I could do it.
and I'm like, nope, I draw the line there. I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on, she's coming back on. Hopefully, it said log on. I hit approve.
See?
I have to. Oh, hold on, I have to put her name on here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
See,
She's back. Guess who's back? Back
Who's
again.
back
Marianne. Tell a friend.
Oh, yeah. Did you try?
And that's Bubba.
I don't think I can eat this. I mean,
but that's the front of him. What happened to the
there's
tail?
something yellow in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, that's from the cooking.
Sorry, my dog is here.
Hey, that's okay.
And they'll eat it.
The dog wants
the dog
Bubba.
eat it.
Yeah, he wants to take care of Bubba. So he's like,
Do it, Marianne. Do it.
he wants to give Bubba a send
Do you have a beer or something there? Like
No, I left my wine at my mom's camper. Now I'm in my own camper. We had a bad storm. This is so redneck.
Oh.
You want me to see? You want me to
say
put my
redneck?
husband on here and let him eat it?
Oh, he may need to be on there to tell you what you need to do. See, so
Tell him he's your wingman. Like he's
That's
your
right.
hot man. Hot man. Come on, let's get the.
Okay.
he's not Goose.
Guys?
He's not going to be lost at the end of this.
Hey, you know what? Okay. Speaking of Goose, we're going to talk about a little bit about Tom Cruise, which I don't like anyway.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
We're going to have instructions.
It's freezing up some, Marianne.
Hello, Matt.
Matt Vinton. What's up, Matt Vinton?
There we go. We're sort of back. Oh, wait a minute. If he's getting into the, we're missing it.
Hold on. No, don't eat it without us.
Just eat it. Weird Al Yankovic, baby.
Oh,
Come on.
she's gonna come back on. Hold on.
Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
tell her they cut out. Listen, it was just too hot to handle. Okay.
Clearly.
It was too hot.
And if they got some storms going on,
Yeah, she
then,
did.
You know, it may be a little sketchy there. So
Disconnected. What were we talking about?
well, I just mentioned about Tim from Detroit. We just got through talking about the Mohu Man. So yeah, that's where we were, and then we finally got back to crawdads.
She's coming back. Hold on. Well, I had one other question. And then
Yes, you had another question.
Yeah, I did. I remember that now. But I'm going to ask you, and then wherever people can find you. So hold on. Show and stream. I'm going to change your name out here. What happened?
So if he did anything, we missed all of it. Yep.
He just pulled it apart and showed me what I'm supposed to eat.
Good.
Which is. I'm
which
not
is,
gonna.
Oh, my Lord have mercy! I drank too much. I drank too much wine. I pulled it apart.
Wait, what is it? Oh, wait, what? What? All we can see is your Cheetah.
Marianne, you come back on and just sit still for at least 20 seconds, and you'll be good.
Am I back?
No.
We saw her Cheetah when he said just. Just pulled apart.
You can't see me?
Wait,
no, see you now. See you now. You're good.
Okay.
We could see you. You're just breaking up.
We've got
really
got a lot of storms tonight.
That's okay. We had them today in Kentucky.
It's the joy of live online. Live TV, line online. So
okay.
So I'm not the only one that's had to.
So he showed you what to eat.
He did, but it wasn't very appetizing. It looked like nuts.
So at this point, you still have only consumed about like a fingernail's worth of meat.
Exactly.
Right?
I have barely consumed any crap.
That's how I felt
crawfish.
like I've been there, done that.
No.
So.
Well, technically, she met the challenge, Emily. Technically, I mean, maybe it's not what you or I expected.
But I'm almost thinking about maybe next week for the next show. I should do it.
Oh, I think you should.
I ate the Nards area even.
You what?
It was the Nards area of the crawfish.
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Hopefully she'll be out. I'm gonna be right back. This is the first time I ever left. I'll be right back.
All right, so Marianne, so here we are. All right, are you there?
My husband's eating it right now, I think.
So all I do, okay. Meanwhile, you were frozen, just going.
No.
That's all we can see. So. At least I can sort of hear you.
Yeah, it's a crazy night with our punch family for sure. Storms, campers, fish. A frog jumped in the frying pan. You can't do this.
See, I mean, if anyone had learned anything, oh wait a minute, we're at a different angle here. Wow, what happened?
Menards.
What it
dedicated to service and quality.
That's perfect. But
I told you.
And I don't know if Marianne got to see that because we just lost her again. It looks like.
It's because I came back on.
You came back on with Menard in there, and that's what happened. Oh, let's see. Now,
Kick Wolfman in the Nards. You know, I need to put this back here somewhere.
I think you should. That should actually be in your background.
It does. It's going to be on top of the New World Order.
See, but what I love though is I've always appreciated your haunted house intro because that's just classy. And then I've always loved like this the like you've got Boo. I know you've maybe changed it out a little bit, but I feel like yes, all of that. Good backdrop.
Well, thank you.
Give you props for that.
Now I got my Nards back there.
Now all you need to do is put some lights in that.
What is going on here? I got stuff on my face even.
What are you okay? Are you good? What was in that bucket?
It was empty.
You sure?
It's dedicated to service and quality.
Boom. See, I think you should put some lights in there too. So next time it's kind of it has a little glow.
I should decorate it. I should fill it up with like all kinds of goodies or something.
There you go. Goodies and lights. So
it's me and my bucket.
Yeah. you might need that. You might need that bucket if you're going to try crawdads next week. So yeah.
Crawdads or crayfish? That's the same thing, right?
I don't think anybody says crayfish, although that is the same thing.
I hear you out of this one. What's going on?
Oh, maybe you hear me out of the other one. See, I'm on that one.
It is. It's only on one.
Yeah. See?
Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick, I have one question and then where people can find you. Okay. So biggest question here for me. Are you all going to have a weekly show again?
Probably not, but I would only say not anytime soon, just with the way life is. I've had a lot of folks ask the question. Darren and I even briefly talked about it, but also just knowing the amount of work that went into finding guests and the production and the setup. And I mean, so it's that plus doing everything else we're doing that we feel passionate about. And then just life in general. It was just a little bit much to balance. So I'm not going to say that we're never going to do a weekly live, but just not anytime soon.
It's a lot of work. If you really care about the show that you're doing, like for me, it's almost 8 to 10 hours before we even go live.
Sure. Because folks just think, it's just this, but it's like, no, I mean, you've got the finding the guest, you got the research, you're putting together all these elements. I mean, there's hours throughout the week, or even this, like what I would do after this show, and you may as well, is you go in, you look at the comments, and then you have to answer people that you've missed, and and it's kind of like the after show stuff,
we do that, and then also Marianne's asking to come back on. Hold on, we'll get her up. Last time.
We should be able to end the show with her. I mean, we started with her.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she is your co-host and stuff.
She is, and I love her. We didn't even talk about how we met.
No, see?
We're going to have to do this again.
I'm back,
Rick.
right?
See? You are.
You are
sort of,
just really
kind of
pixelated.
We see your nose and your smile, and now your eyeballs.
Just like the crawdad.
See, you're kind of there.
Lord. You want to tell how we met, Emily?
Oh my gosh.
I'd love to hear that.
Oh my gosh.
You good, Emily?
Man, if you want to start it, I'll finish it.
We'll kick it off.
Okay, we were on
got solid signal.
FNL Network. Well, we were on another talk show together. You finish, Emily.
I don't even. I don't know. Have you ever watched the documentary called Tinder Swindler?
I did not know that was such a thing, although it sounds pretty hilarious at the same time.
Go watch, everybody, Netflix, Tinder Swindler. It's a true story.
Okay.
And we were kind of victims of a Tinder swindler.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But from a entertainment talk show, news, Marianne, lifestyle, fashion side of things, I guess I can say. So what do you think, Marianne?
I mean, I enjoyed being able to do both, but in the end I couldn't. So
I quit it. I quit it. I researched too much, and that's the thing in me. I research a lot, everybody, like anything. But my personal Facebook page is totally different than what I do here, so don't judge me on those. But I research everything, and I'm a thinker. I'm a Pisces. What are you, Rick?
Cancer.
Fire sign. That's why we get along. Marianne.
I'm a crab.
So Rick has crabs tonight too. Marianne, what's your sign?
Taurus.
Well, I get along with Tauruses too.
See? Look, there's a trifecta.
I'm a fish, you all. I'm a fish. I flop around. Flop around. I go with the flow, okay? So, last thing, and then we're going to ask Rick where we can find you in any future things. Did you eat the whole crawdad crayfish, whatever?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Is he still with you?
What happened to Bubba? Where's Bubba?
I think he's in pieces on the counter. I'm not eating that. Looks like clumpy mustard in there.
Should I get my back pop out? Oh my gosh, I can't do that.
Actually, in that case, it really needs to be.
Oh my gosh. My husband's like,
y'all, back in high school days, they used to double dare me to play the bagpipes with my own
voice.
There
we go. Mm-hmm. Boom. Boom.
Go, Marianne. Marianne. Let's do it.
See, even the dog is wanting it. See, the dog is encouraging you.
Are you there?
Yeah, do it. One of them. Let's do it.
See, oh, yeah.
Nope.
She's still.
No. I heard.
Nope.
Why did I think of an alien or something when that?
Well, that's a perfect yes. It sounded like one skittering across the floor.
It did.
I mean, she is out in the middle of nowhere, so I mean.
Marianne, can you one really quick? No.
No. Hey, she had this much, okay? So you know, so.
Well, Rick, really quick before I close this out, where can people find you all and follow and find out what the latest is going on with Unexplained Cases?
All the yummy stuff. Well, all of the episodics and all of our latest content related to Unexplained Cases can be found at YouTube, youtube.com/Unexplained Cases. feel free to subscribe and like and comment and all the good stuff there. The Marihope episode that you saw earlier, that is from our version 1.0, if you will. That's all at unexplainedcases.com. That's our website. So that has all the originals as well as the new ones. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, both at Unexplained Cases. And Twitter is Unexplained Case, singular, because it could not handle the S. So it's the only one that's different. Silly Twitter.
You know what I should do? I should make a Twitter that just says Menards.
I think you should. And if
all this stuff on here.
And it would be against them if they hadn't already gotten that. So then you could get it and be like, I'm not releasing this to you unless you pay me for it or something.
I wonder if that's branded.
You would think. Maybe. I think you should. Oh, there goes Marianne. But see, at least we got to kind of sort of end the show with her.
Yeah. So. Marianne is so much fun, but that's how we met. And Rick, always. Thank you. You got to come back. I want you and Darren back too. I miss Darren.
That would be phenomenal. Yes.
What's Darren doing right now, by the way, if you don't mind?
Yeah. So Darren is a crime news reporter for a radio station in Washington State, so in Seattle. And so he's kind of gotten back into the biz, and he'd been out of that for a little bit. Radio is how he started. He got into TV, so now he's kind of going back into radio. But us media hounds, it all just kind of ebbs and flows together. So
it does, because I did radio way back in the day.
Well, see, exactly.
Did radio commercials.
Nice. See, when they didn't judge you for your accent and stuff.
No, because it was here local.
See? But as we learned tonight, you have no accent compared to Shelba Strange. So
that's right.
Nobody has that accent.
I need to be Emily Strange.
I think so.
Change my name. Emily Strange Menard. Strange Menards.
Emily Strange Menards. There you go. That's perfect.
ESM. All right. Well, anyway. Now, next week, we're not going to be here on Friday night. We're going to be here on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jessie Zabotar. Ooh. She was born in to the Illuminati, and she was being trained to be one of the 5 I can't remember what she calls. I'm sorry, I can't remember. She's been on my show before. She has actually been on a lot of shows here recently, talking about Illuminati, Luciferian sacrifice. We're going to be talking a lot about Disney symbolism.
Okay.
Some conspiracy stuff, but she has a testimony and a half. I believe her stories and what she says. I've listened to a lot of her descriptions of things that she went through and she witnessed until she was about 12 years old, and she broke free from it. She stayed silent, and honestly, she's really been in hiding in a lot of these things. Her son, still pray for her son. Car went off the side of a cliff. He passed away. He was only like 20 years old. So she's been attacked in many ways, and I believe her story. So Thursday night, next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be here with Jessie Zabotar. So you can go over to What the Freak Live group page and click events, and then you can click interested or going. You'll be alerted. I will be posting some more videos of her over the next week in that chat or discussion, and you'll see that. But Rick, thank you so much for being on here. You got to come back, obviously.
Hey, would love to. And if we could get Mr. Dito, then you'll have the double mint twins here, basically. You won't even know.
Twins.
You won't even know how to handle yourself.
I almost think of, what was those mints? Daddy, what's it?
What?
Mint Daddy?
Who's your daddy? What are we doing?
Daddy twin. What was it? Mint Daddy twins. Mint Daddy candy. Wasn't it Mint Daddy?
Mint Daddy. You got to look this up.
Hold on. It was like Dito's the silver and you're the chocolate.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
What's the mint? It was in a white box. Daddy Mints. Wasn't it Daddy Mints?
I am an eclectic cesspool of randomness, and that one's not registering. But you should Google that. I'm not going to be sure what you're going to come up
I'm
with.
Googling it right now. That's why I'm looking this way.
I don't know.
Right now.
I don't know what you'll find with
mints, green and white. That's what I'm looking up right now.
Oh, okay.
That's not helping. That's not helping.
I think you should put in Daddy Mints and see what happens.
I did, and it didn't. What is? Come on, let me see comments real quick. Anybody know what that is?
Is anyone in the comments going to help us with this?
Come on, it was mint, Daddy Mints. I swear, I thought it was Daddy Mints.
I mean, almost it's not like Daddy Warbucks. It's
I love Daddy Warbucks.
See, right?
I love him. The sun'll come up tomorrow.
Little tidy. People didn't know you're going to get a song and dance.
Why is this going to bother me now?
Dollar.
It's tomorrow. There'll be sun.
See?
We got plenty of sun in Kentucky. It's like 106 degrees.
Man,
anyway,
it was like 97 here in
Maryland. I will find
so.
out what Daddy Mints is. I'll put it in the comments. But
inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know. We got Menards and Daddy Mints. So
perfect. It's
Rick,
a combo.
I love you. I miss you.
See, love you too, dear. Thanks for having me.
We got to do this again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please share this out. We'll see you all again next time, Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jesse Sabotar here on RU Media Network. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.